Welcome to this demonstration where we'll show you how PR users can run validation checks on the data they have input in the online pulse check. Please note the values presented are for demonstration purposes only and do not represent real grant data. I'm logged in as a PR user and I've accessed the Cash Reconciliation tab on my pulse check. I finished inputting the data and I want to check that I haven't made any mistakes that would trigger an error or warning message. I do that by clicking on the Validate Form button at the top of the page. When I expand the section, I see that I have 3 error messages with the red triangle and 1 warning message with the yellow triangle. The difference between errors and warnings is that the red error messages will block me from submitting. I will need to change the data that is causing the error to resolve it. Yellow warning messages are not necessarily a blocker. I can either change the data causing the warning, or I can input a justification that will allow me to proceed with submitting. In this case, the first message is telling me that for item 9.4, there is a variance and it is mandatory for me to provide a rationale in the comments field under 9.4. I will navigate down to 9.4 and input my comment. Next, I see that the yellow warning message is telling me that a negative value was input into item 5.1, and resolving that requires either a positive value or a justification for the negative value. I will input my justification. The following 2 error messages are telling me that I have not yet attached the bank reconciliation statement and the bank statement. So I will navigate back to my pulse check form and attach them there under the Attach tab. I'm selecting the language and the document type. And I now see my attached documents listed down here. So I will go back to my pulse check form and refresh and click the Validate Form button again to ensure that I have resolved all errors and warning messages. I will go ahead and do that for the Open Advances tab as well. You can see that there are no error or warning messages there. And in the programmatic tabs, the validations work the same way. In this case, you see I have 1 yellow warning message and 1 red error message. The yellow warning message is telling me that the numerator should not be more than the denominator on my result. I can either update the value or provide a justification. In this case, I will provide my justification. The red error message is telling me that the indicator HTS5, the numerator cannot be more than the numerator for the indicator TCS-1.1. So I will need to update the value accordingly. I'll scroll down to HTS5. And change the value on the numerator. Once I'm through, I will click again on the Validate Form button. And I see that I've removed the error message and I have only the warning message with my justification, which is enough to proceed. I'll do the same for the remaining Coverage Elementary Indicator tab. And you will see that there are no error messages or warning messages to resolve there. At this point, I am ready to submit, and that is explained in the next demo. Thank you for following along.